Diddy Combs was on the scene of one of the most high-profile rapper assassinations in history. If you're thinking, someone should really make a documentary about his life.
In hip-hop, most artists keep beef quiet, but 50 Cent doesn't. He turns conflict into headlines. And when he targets someone, the fallout can be career-changing.
What's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? That's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape. If I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as hip-hop is fine with his behaviors.
That's why this video matters. Today we're breaking down how 50 Cent became the most feared beef starter in the game, the Ja Rule feud that turned into a cultural warning label, the way he publicly drags anyone he's mad at, and why artists still move carefully when his name pops up. Because with 50, it's never just rap. It's strategy, pressure, and public damage.
Special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. The bucket of ice, man.
But now 50 Cent may have fired his biggest shot yet. And this time, it's aimed at one of the most powerful names hip-hop has ever had, Sean Combs, aka Diddy.
I appreciate life, and it made me want to do things for the greater good.
For years, Diddy was treated like an untouchable mogul. His name meant money, influence, connections.
It all goes back to one point. So I have a dream. A lot of times people see your dreams as they crazy.
But lately, that image has flipped. The headlines have been nonstop, the accusations have been loud, and his reputation has taken a serious hit. And 50? He's been watching the whole thing like a chess game, waiting for the right moment to strike, and turning Diddy's public collapse into a full-blown hip-hop saga.
Can't say that I can resolve a situation or a beef with somebody that I can't stand this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this ain't WWF. It's not like I just got rap beef with this nigga. I don't like this little nigga.
It would feel like to have nothing, all right? And had to rebuild my life over with $6,700 a month.
He's been trained to believe what you seen him say in that interview when I said that he's entitled. Really, it's his mom's entitlement that's been filtered.
A lot of people have covered Diddy's downfall through interviews, breakdowns, and documentaries. But the project that has everyone talking the most is the 4-part Netflix series, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. Executive produced by 50 Cent. And people are calling it the most intense, most damaging deep dive into Diddy's world yet.
Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
This documentary isn't being talked about like a regular recap. The way it's structured, it connects different eras of Diddy's story like a timeline. Old controversies, new allegations, and how the past keeps looping back into the present.
Like on the darkest times in your life, sometimes you got to do that. I was f***ed up.
It's emotional, tight, and built to keep you watching because every chapter feels like it leads to the moment everything finally collapsed.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
But before we even get into the Netflix series, we have to rewind because this 50 Cent versus Diddy tension didn't start yesterday. 50 came into hip-hop swinging at everybody. Back in 1999, he dropped How to Rob, and the whole point of that track was to show he wasn't scared of any name, any status, any industry power. And yes, he even took shots at Diddy. It wasn't just a diss, it was 50 planting a flag.
So Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's gonna feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's gonna say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time.
I'll say it to anyone. And all of that happened before the moment that completely reshaped his image forever. The day he was shot 9 times and survived. That became a turning point that turned 50 into more than just an artist. It made him a symbol of survival. The injury even changed his voice, giving him that gritty tone everyone recognizes. From that point on, 50 wasn't just rapping. He was walking around with a real-life legend attached to his name.
I said, Kim, tell Puff you want to see her again? Dance your ass down to the nearest ATM.
And that's the energy he brought into every feud after that. By the early 2000s, 50 says he finally crossed paths with Diddy. And that's where their history gets more complicated.
Is it a physical feeling?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt as much as people imagine it hurts because of your adrenaline and how the shock of what's actually going on. It hurts after.
Okay, we'll wait. You could pray for a miracle.
What's wrong?
The voice don't sound the same.
It's better. It's got more pain in it.
According to 50, there was actually a period where he was writing behind the scenes, helping craft lines and hooks that ended up connected to Diddy's work. And this isn't just something 50 said once and moved on from. Former bad boy / Def Jam artist Shine has also publicly backed parts of that story, which made a lot of people look at their connection differently.
Coming with a tough guy and a hardcore rapping, you can't do that. Like, when I met him, he was writing raps for Diddy on Forever, right? And this is after he got poked up. This is after Gotti and them poked him up in the Hit Factory, and he ran to the cops and he got an order of protection. And he was walking around with police. NYPD was holding him down. Swear to God, he was in Daddy's house in the lounge, and he had security, and he ain't sold one.
Now it gets messy because later on, Shine and 50 had their own issues, and Shine even threw serious accusations at 50. But back in the early days, the story goes, 50 was still building his name in New York while Shine was firmly in the bad boy camp, and 50 was already taking playful shots about writing and industry politics in his music. He even referenced it in lyrics and kept the jabs going, including a line basically saying he runs the city and doesn't dance around like Diddy. Funny, but still a shot. At the time, it felt more like slick teasing than real war. But 50 has said the vibe changed when he started feeling uncomfortable around Diddy. He told a story about Diddy offering to take him shopping early in his career. And 50 framed it like it was a strange move, something that made him question intentions. And in 50's version, that moment is where the relationship stopped being jokes.
He said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of it. No, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to him.
And started feeling like a real rift. 50 later joked that he saw that shopping offer as Diddy testing the waters, basically checking boundaries to see how 50 would react. He even used a slick metaphor to describe it, turning the story into one of those moments that kept fans side-eyeing Diddy's behavior and debating what it really meant.
Yo, why don't we go shopping or some shit? I mean, I paid for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just say? I got the fuck away from him because I was like, this nigga, fucking, this nigga just tell me he'd take me shopping. Well, there's a little fruit pile.
Not long after those comments started buzzing, Diddy responded in his usual style, calm, confident, almost laughing it off. No big anger, more like, I'm not bothered. But honestly, that kind of reaction only made people more curious because it didn't shut the conversation down.
I asked 50 about that, and he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy.
Yo, why do you and Fif just...
Hey, yo.
Why y'all not...
I mean, y'all can't see it.
No, we can't see it.
Y'all can't see that he loves me?
But see...
You really, hold on, you really think that's hate? When you really break it down, you've been out here a long time. You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him.
By the mid-2000s, 50 wasn't just another rapper. He was a global superstar. Hit after hit, chart domination, and a level of mainstream power that made him impossible to ignore. And it wasn't only music. He was locking in endorsements and turning his name into a brand.
So I ended up having about almost 10% of it.
And it was sold to Coca-Cola for you made $100 million?
Well, 4.1 billion they actually sold the company for.
What made 50 different was the business mindset. While others stayed focused on records, he was building a whole empire. Label moves, product deals, investments, the long game. He wasn't just winning in rap, he was trying to own the space around it. It started to look like 50 had everything Diddy always chased: fame, power, and respect in both worlds. He could be mainstream and still feel street. That mix of toughness and charisma made 50 hard to compete with because it wasn't just money or connections, it was presence. And watching how things played out, you can understand why there might have been tension. Diddy had the mogul status, but 50 had that walk in the room and everyone feels it energy. the kind of respect you can't buy or manufacture.
He had a thing with wanting to be one, but not positioned to be one street-wise, but positioned to be one industry-wise. And they call that a paper gangster.
From being an intern to being on the cover of the Rolling Stone. There you are in your underwear. Look at that.
If you're used to controlling the room, someone like that can feel like a threat. By 2005, 50 wasn't only winning for himself. Artists wanted in on G-Unit. And in a Howard Stern interview, 50 told a story that fans still bring up. He said Mase was interested in joining G-Unit, but the deal hit a wall when Diddy got involved. According to 50, Diddy wanted a huge payout, around $2 million, to release Mase from his bad boy situation.
50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, and Young Buck, otherwise known as G-Unit in the house. Give it up, y'all.
Yeah, what's up? Oh.
And that price basically killed the move. Whether you see it as business or blocking, that moment became another fuel point in the 50 versus Diddy tension. After the Mase situation, the tone shifted. The jokes were done and 50 stopped playing nice. He started going for the most sensitive topic possible, publicly echoing long-running rumors and implying Diddy had something to do with Biggie's death. That's one of the most explosive things you can put on someone in hip-hop history, and it instantly turned their tension into something way more personal. What made it hit harder is that over the years, people have debated what Biggie and Diddy's relationship was really like behind the scenes versus how it looked in public.
Who said these balls? We don't get them, they gon' kill us all. Man, Puffy know who hit that nigga, man, that nigga soft. He scared them boys from the west side to break them off. Jump on his ass so we run the hall and shake him off.
What about this, Sean P. Diddy Combs? You had a feud with him, but you made up, right?
Yeah, me and Puff, we had issues over the Mase project. He had given them the go-ahead to go find a new opportunity. And when Mase first came to me, he didn't actually have the material that I was excited about, but I let him come with me on a tour. And he created some material that I was excited about. And when we came back with me and Puff to try and make the deal, he was being unreasonable.
Wow.
I think he felt like Mase was like the last piece to his legacy, considering Biggie's not there and the Locks is gone. And
I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the disdain that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here, nigga. I'm not here. All my peers is up here. All my peers are bosses. When it's time, just like somebody raised somebody up, you know they did work with you, they go from your little man to maybe A&R to something else. He just kept trying to keep me right here, like he didn't want me to grow at anything.
Now, you called Puff Daddy a soft nigga in one of your songs, N-I-G-G-A, in one of your songs, but you're sorry you did that now, huh?
well, I'm not sorry because I meant it when I said it.
And 50 leaned into that doubt to keep the pressure on. Then in 2006, 50 dropped The Bomb, and the energy matched the moment. It wasn't just a song, it felt like a warning. He delivered lines with that cold confidence that reminds everybody, if he wants smoke, he's bringing it. And 50 always knew how to leave an aftershock. He added an outro that made listeners sit up like, wait, who is this really for? That's his style. End the record with something that feels like a message, not just music. By this point, it was obvious 50 wanted zero association with Diddy's image or his world. He distanced himself, kept the jabs coming, and talked like he'd been side-eyeing Diddy for a long time, years before the public mood started changing. Looking back, fans say it feels like 50 was calling out cracks early, while everyone else was still smiling for the cameras and showing up to the parties.
Now, what about any beefs going on right now that we need to jump on?
I'm not paying attention to none of them. Oh, no more Puffy juice. No more Puffy.
While all this was going on, 50 wasn't just trading words. He was plotting his next move. And the feud didn't stay in music. It spilled straight into business, especially when they ended up competing in the liquor world. Diddy was pushing Ciroc hard, building a whole luxury image around it. Then 50 stepped into that exact lane with his own brand, FN Vodka, basically planting a flag in Diddy's territory. And because it's 50, he couldn't resist turning it into comedy too. He started mocking Ciroc with a nickname that fans ran with online, making the rivalry feel like entertainment again. He also hyped his own product as better, talking up the ingredients and taste while clowning Diddy's brand at the same time. Classic 50, turning business into beef and beef into marketing.
That's not really beef though. That's just competitive.
Competitiveness.
All right, so you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really rock with him.
Okay,
like that.
damn. All right, I didn't know what.
Talking Evan Vodka, we talking Ciroc, side by side.
Now we don't even say their name.
Oh,
We
yeah,
just talking about Ciroc.
Ciroc and Ciroc.
Just just Ciroc. And if anything, you know when the bar runs out and it's just like, well, what else what's the last thing you have that nobody's buying? Yeah, that right there.
But after the music shots, the liquor competition, and all the old weird moments, a lot of people think the real reason 50 keeps pressing Diddy is deeper and more personal. And that's where Daphne Joy enters the story. Daphne Joy, also known as Daphne Vezina, is 50 Cent's ex and the mother of his younger son, Sire. They dated around 2011, 2012, and things didn't end smoothly. Over the years, their breakup has had public tension and legal drama, including accusations that were later dropped. Fast forward to 2021, and this is where the timeline starts getting interesting. Then photos started popping up of Daphne spending time with Diddy, trips, luxury vibes, the whole thing, and social media went crazy. That's when 50 went into full troll mode. He posted about it like, "We beef over business. If he likes the girl, he likes the girl. I don't care." Classic 50, acting unbothered while making sure everyone saw it. He kept going too, posting himself with his son and throwing in another joke like, "Oh snap, that's your mom over there with Puff." It turned a personal situation into a viral moment, and it kept the 50 versus Diddy storyline alive at the same time. But let's be real, even if 50 played it cool, that had to sting.
We coming to you live, Diddy Late Nights.
Seeing the mother of your child linked to the same guy you've been side-eyeing for years makes it personal in a way business beef never can. And then the story got even heavier when new legal filings started making headlines. In March 2024, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a lawsuit against Sean Combs with serious allegations, including sex trafficking claims and descriptions of what he says happened behind the scenes. In that filing, Daphne Joy was named among several women alleged to have received monthly payments and to have helped recruit others. Important context, allegations in a lawsuit are not the same as proven facts, and charges are a separate process. But once those claims hit the public, it poured gasoline on an already massive controversy, and it gave 50 even more reason to keep Diddy in his crosshairs. As more updates hit the public, reports said Combs was facing a multi-year prison sentence, and that only added fuel to the fire. 50 didn't sit back. He jumped online and started posting nonstop, going at both Diddy and Daphne with his usual no-filter trolling. Some of the posts went viral fast because they were harsh, personal, and clearly meant to embarrass. Not long after, 50 even took jabs on stage during appearances.
She said, I love you bad. And you, even if you're a little sex worker.
Keeping the drama in the spotlight and making it clear he wasn't letting the feud cool down. At the same time the situation moved into court, 50 filed to seek full custody of his son, Sire Jackson, arguing in his filing that the allegations connected to Diddy's circle raised safety concerns. Daphne responded publicly and pushed back hard, denying the claims and calling them false. And that's when it stopped being just old hip-hop beef. This became personal, family, public reputation, and legal warfare all at once.
Behind the scenes that you don't know, because that's what be agitating. Like James Cruz, people around him, be doing stuff, and they doing it in his behalf. So they can act like, he can act like he has no idea what's going on, but it's coming from him.
I was looking for you. I tell you, get your hand out my pocket, man. Get your hand out my pocket. I see what.
A lot of people believe that's exactly why 50 went harder than ever and put energy into projects that shine a light on Diddy's controversies, including executive producing the Netflix documentary, Sean Combs: The Reckoning. The series presents allegations, patterns of power, and the darker narratives people have whispered about for years. But now it's on a global stage. And through all of it, 50's message seems clear. He doesn't just want to troll. He wants the public to look at Diddy without the glossy image and decide what they believe when the spotlight is finally turned all the way up. 50 didn't just put his name on the documentary, he helped make it happen. Behind the scenes, he connected producers to sources who might have never spoken otherwise. A lot of people stayed quiet for years out of fear, but with 50 backing the project, some felt safer stepping forward. And suddenly, the baby oil jokes and party rumors didn't look like random trolling anymore. They looked like breadcrumbs. The documentary frames Diddy's rise as decades of alleged manipulation, power plays, and betrayals, suggesting he built his empire by cutting people off the moment they weren't useful.
I would say, just like Nixon didn't think the Watergate tapes would come out against him, it would appear that Diddy did not think he would lose control of this video.
It was surprising that he actually filmed it.
And the darkest claims it circles back to are the old Biggie rumors. Because business drama is one thing, but the idea of betrayal tied to hip-hop's most tragic chapter is what hits hardest, if any of it is true. Some claims go even further, like the idea that parts of the public tribute around Biggie were handled in a way that benefited optics more than honesty. If that's true, it raises a hard question. Was it real grief or careful image management? The documentary also pushes a pattern that's been discussed for years: power. It frames Diddy as someone who allegedly used relationships and proximity to other people's partners as a dominance move, not romance, a way to control rooms, not build connections. It even suggests he was recording and shaping his own comeback narrative before everything collapsed, like he believed he'd win and rewrite the story later. But instead, that confidence became part of the downfall. Footage meant to prove innocence ended up looking like proof of delusion. And one thing is clear after all this: 50 Cent is not an enemy you want. His feuds don't disappear, they come back louder, and Diddy might be the biggest target he's ever locked onto. If you think this was wild, the next video goes even deeper, with more connections and more names you won't expect. Go watch that next. Now tell me in the comments, did 50 go too far? Or did the world need to see this? This is Celebs Under Fire. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what drops next.
With City Rhythms, and I am here with 50 Cent. What's going on?
What up? Everything good?
Everything's good?